94.7 Asempa FM Suni. All talk, all day. Medin your say bonsu. Ofemi obi amejo. So Ekosiisen dwumadi ne de ebrewi. Make us a lawyer Sami Jemfi ewa or a spokesperson for the petitioner in this election petitioner Ekoso ewo the apex court of our land, the Supreme Court of Ghana. Sounds so and a lawyer Andrew Ejapa Mesa, a lawyer by profession and member of parliament for the Second D constituency. Oba boy me din komo ya brenti me kɔ ne hɔ na afei yɛti ɔno nso na dwenkyerɛ sisia. But before that no Kojo Frimpong no yɛ aspirant ɛwɔ NPP primary course or Wenchi constituency. I'll say, dear Obi, Sami has been peddling untruth from day one. The fact that he is bold and passionate about the untruth does not make them true. How can summary sheet at the constituency level be the primary source of data for any serious political party when you have two agents at every polling station? What does it take to create an Excel sheet that tabulates pink sheet from polling stations? Are you serious? Secondly, Mr. Jemfi's claims about changing numbers are bogus to the extent that the EC corrected its announcement error before gazetting the result. Gazetting is the most important legal maneuver or occurrence in the Constitution and not just a mere media declaration. The instrument of law is the Gazette, not the mere announcement. Everything he is claiming, including the supposed thunderbolt of a cross-examination of Jean Mensah, will come to naught. A multitude of lies, no matter how passionately they are expressed, will never be able to stand the truth. Kojo Frimpong, Wenchi, aspirant unite for victory.
Obi.
Lawyer Mesa, may you tell you.
What will Gazette notification be?
Yeah, I have a copy. What's it?
Correction, your Gazette.
I don't know. Now,
what kind of woman?
Figure behind this.
But the date is there.
Yeah, the date is there.
And it's what?
Under my hand on the 9th of December. But the Gazette was published on the 10th. Lawyer Mesa, me tell you.
Obi, minchia waiting for.
What you do?
Kanka waiting for waiting was sekuni. Na minchia waso minchia Sami Jemfi. One time no omonye setting.
Oh, na MB in India. And I need who more than India. That aid.
Monye setting. Uzande minimdo 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but now 5:30. Last week.
Facha.
And previous times. And see, normal member do hand tam kakra. Uzande usubano ya wasasa. Na mrebe na miti mbede Sami Jemfi. Na masro pi ozande se wasam no nya ebre ansa na etuma achirem na anape Supreme Court judges, in fact Chief Justice, or draw attention to lawyers. If I no address Frank Davis, no indicated it's important we are mindful of the type of comments or cases are open before the court. I know quite was under say and draw line here na predetermine the outcome of the case.
The outcome.
Of course, judges no own influence one, but or set a certain tone in the minds of the listening public. And see, to that extent, Masre, the one has one boa.
Okay.
Was then there, yes, we are not proscribed from having a conversation about Asama Okodo court. No more they careful na young cross line be. And with that in mind, no, Mansam Kano, Mosun son do kakra. But Obi in the assembly see or court.
Dema.
Man, I'm a catcher. Sami Jemfisi, MPP for one case award of court near Ntasi. Now, and one will challenge the constitutionality of the declaration. Obi Pocho declaration akana.
Oh yeah, declaration na.
Chairperson, 135. Thank you very much. Pocho akana.
135.
Pocho pulewa na kan na Ghana fu na yente. Say in you or mamma.
In fact, I'm copy of them.
Petition and a petition no Pocho only exhibit C.
Fantastic. I say.
You are not aware. You are not aware. Obi Pocho, can my mind. CI 135 Osnan.
In the CI 135 here, Declaration of President-elect Instrument 2020. Tobo.
We are educating people.
Okay.
It's the enactment of the
Declaration of President-elect Instrument 2020. In exercise of the power conferred on the Electoral Commission under Article 63(9) of the 1992 Constitution, this instrument is hereby made. Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo, the new Patriotic Party presidential candidate, having, in the presidential election held on the 7th of December 2020, pursuant to Article 63(3) of the Constitution, obtained more than 50% of the total number of valid votes cast, is hereby declared the President-elect of the Republic of Ghana, given under my hand the 9th day of December 2020, signed Mrs. Jean Mensah, chairperson of the Electoral Commission. Date of Gazette notification, 10th December 2020.
Document here. Petition and reliefs are all seek from the court. Also, court no on annul the instrument. In fact, relief D. Also, an order annulling the Declaration of President-elect Instrument 2020 CI 135. Figure behind him.
Yes.
So, the document is premised on figure B. Correct?
Correct.
Osend the Electoral Commissioner when you figure sa original do onto me them instrument. Correct. Those figures no only the total valid vote cast yet to abano eka obiani zonye ediboma oye the total valid voter wakasi wa election anamoto osend there an election day so we issue ballot now only the total ballots that have been cast.
Yes.
But to be say more say no so one from mobia to get the total valid vote cast
Ekosiisen
but so
more say if
four ballots no if you na ezi nkeno ebia ndi zonye ebia no edibuma in the total valid vote cast.
Yes.
In the election. And the agent said doing ketia or admit in court. That's a eka President Mahama no results. Nana Adodanko Akufo-Addo. And the rest ni na one figures ni buma. Total vote cast, valid vote cast. The month of 12 our contest election now when you know 30 million 121,111. Correct? Thank you very much. Any man some work our quarter.
Petitioners now.
Yes. What's the Electoral Commissioner or your declaration no? Okay there. Total valid vote caster. What to abano? Hinano or ye 13,434,574. And as far as they are concerned, damn mami no fine numbe. Inti onu in the Supreme Court one jina do. No one for Techiman South, one fan kaho, ni na one for Mr. Mahama. On one breath. No one for them figures one fan ka total valid vote cast as announced by the Electoral Commission. No one declared there based on this figure, Mr. Asiedun Ketenan Kaso Jitum, the Eka ballot individuals in our one or the Boma, only them figure on your panel. Court in one general them figure do, no one declared to be a win election. No. And that be that. So, in fact, Mr. Asiedun Ketenan, the General Secretary of NDC, Ojitum there, figure, Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo, they are not contesting it. Because they haven't put any evidence for the court to contradict it. Figure Mr. Mohammed Nye, what they are not contesting it. Figure Ekwadonko and all the rest of them wouldn't need nano. As far as they are concerned, they are correct. Ekeboma, oh yeah, 13,121,111. This is the fact of the election. This is the will of the people of Ghana as expressed on the day.
And that 111 figure, no, Techiman South Kawa.
No.
Okay.
But electoral commissioner in declaring the results, no, or you see the total vote cast figure are only permissible to use in computing the figures are Obianya and the percentage.
The Obianya and a percentage, okay.
Yen discount the fact. Yen discounting. Yen yifim. Yen discount the will of the Ghanaian people. Yen yifim. Ne yen base the decision on who crossed the threshold based on an erroneous figure. That's all that the Supreme Court is being asked or called upon to do. That's all. Now, Obi. Adwinwa and Tasi. Ejinya biara. Eka individuals one figure so one vote one year ni na diboma. Enya 30,444,574.
No.
In any event, on the 10th, timer is we issue one statement. No. What did they say? That any da chairperson no declare result no. Or you see a figure be a okade only total valid votes cast figure. Nemum correct figure no ni 13,121 on Asempa FM. However, in computing the percentages will be no, the actual figure of
that was
13
used.
What was used. Question is this: if say cross check the individual figures a candidates in our now a use 13,121 as the denominator, what percentage ninya? It's a simple matter. Now end this first no. You say o send and me yet see no wo radio do na TV do ma me no na no boy no, regardless whether it reflects, and they themselves make the computation, the correct computation in their own petition. Don't allow the electoral commissioner to correct the error. Hold that to the error and make a declaration based on the error.
Because there is only one declaration.
How so?
The correction on the 10th was not a declaration. They argue.
If it didn't make, I didn't read the instrument.
Okay.
Is the instrument that is the legal document that determines who the president-elect is.
Ekosiisen
I'm a figure no.
Asempa FM.
Instrument that making now. There was no figure.
And see, what are they talking about? But instrument doesn't sit in isolation. It relates to actual figures that were generated at the election, regardless of the error, because the error can never change the will of the people of this country. So you are telling me, you are telling the Supreme Court of Ghana, they forget about what it is that the people of Ghana have said through the actual votes that were attributed to individual or contested election. Class 1 child po oh electoral commissioner figure you see in charge yakani na boma on do 13,434,574. So it must have been a mistake, which has been admitted. Disregard the admission. That's what they are telling us. Now, some agency also changing of figures now. Obi, I are who that we are going through this
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
For whatever object, I don't know. Yes, I agree. The errors, computational errors, only there as much as possible. We'll see in an election. I agree. Osande, or your contest. And say you'll be there, they come obia. Aye, na samaba. But Obi, ain't as you have recognized there. Nimpa, no your calculation. No. And see, obotum why a mistake. Error krubia na bien 2, now I had 5 mistakenly. And see, how do we ensure that any potential error be a waste for election no affect the outcome of the election? It's important. On internet, is a question no, as regards materiality of the complaint.
But I want one argument. These errors were not just errors; they were predetermined to achieve a certain agenda.
What is the evidence?
That was the argument.
What is the evidence?
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Evidence no end. Indeed, Obi, say 13,119,460 figure. Somebody from what dispute there, also or a different figure.
Yes.
You see what they pay.
Yes.
No relating to 13,121,111. Any difference now? 1,651.
And so.
Oh. Now, what's the answer?
No, me see, but still.
Is it material? Is it? In an election, the difference and Uncle Biaho. Uncle Biaho. In fact, a bohu there wako biwa. You have to go into the actual figures to make a determination whether and it would have been good. On its end there, justice could be sound. Then to have better than Yakawa something nine. I want Casa figures who are mobi. Is the pinch it? Wagent did the hawk. Ah, what kind of ballot in police station be what the bomb? Now, what year calculation? What declare be we win what polling station? What enter figures ni na and we now what check it? That are correct. Now what signing? What they call constituency collation center? And we now what the need now from all the 96 police stations was secret the boom. Near whom might be enya. If you are yet the call region, ma all the 19 or so constituencies or western region na yet na boom. Me yehuni bia wenya na ansana yedre bankran ma electoral commission chairperson so waje the 15 other regions na other boom ne wehu mo bia anya at every point I will copy what's why do the boom no mpocho enya ahin what's on yen oh
what's the why but that's not why they are
oh chairman obi
onye the thrust of the case
since the man catch on the court and man catch ha since ya make say what catch here the Supreme Court mama wanji mistake electoral commissioner no here no wanji ntum regardless of the fact that figures and one kasa was what jitum no what the boma undru dam na dam kwekwana story wa gaje ona dam kwekwana story but I'm here Supreme Court
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
now I wonder how they can persuade court of competent jurisdiction, the apex court of this land.
1 year, one cross-examination. I hope you are aware.
Cross-examination obey then. Now I had them cross-examination. Oh, yeah, do yes, I agree. Cross-examination is at large, but you ought to be relevant. Now, what's the
to the issues set down by the court?
So, what's the issue? Electoral commissioner figures what defeat all the 38,000 polling stations no per the laws a year election no us there yentum and nankran Then get 38,000 in na one kasa from bobom. Into 1 year constituency. Of your constituency, I want from region. Of your region, I know daba. Figures what the benny now as a boboma. What party for agents was signing, including the ones that you are not disputing, even though your people didn't sign. I hear Western North Crown signed, but because Mr. Mahama winning, so no, that one there is okay. Makani na bom no only ni. Ewo contrary figure bia.
Asempa FM.
Fabra, it's onye relevant. Obi.
Ekosiisen.
Mas me de bomi na no, ni only ni. Figures ni na ni. Esna no, menje say.
Edi bom ni nyina ni oye no kwar. Eye declaration which is law. Wo declaration e kan nsem bi. The men nsem no se dey calculation a. Obi anyi ho a cross more than 50%. Plus 1 to 63. One argument.
Maja tum there. Declaration no.
Yes.
Figure mu use no. Enyo no na me use me dey calculation but man announce no man of me na makon no. Maja tum. Es no etwen. Na motwen a wo figure edigi na the mess motwen no hin.
What's will be proved there?
Will be proved that
one no on the 9th.
Don't be deceived.
Onya no from keke. Na abo wuti mo powder eye bibi. They will prove that in cross examination.
Did they put it in their petition? Chairman, Mr. Ekosiisen, Mr. Ho, Mr. Wada Roma.
Can
you imagine this guy?
No.
Obi, Mr. One petition ma. Cross examination or purpose is to discredit your opponent's case and advance your own case. Now, we discredit the electoral commissioner through which other evidence that it itself is not in their own case. Figures now. His Excellency na nado dan kwa kufu ado onye no.
Asempa FM.
Obi eyi bi efima obi de be akawa. So called padded ya was the padded from 32 constituency echi wo ko hunde o. Some the figures na mpo ebi wo ho a maybe writing no there were some mistakes. It came to 5,662 cc a work when we more affected.
No, sir. Witness it church him.
No worry free there. I don't know, son or pen drive, don't know. Ewa, no okay, no court for the paper. The paper, they be juba. When you have other evidence before the court that you yourself are putting on. It's here some CC worker that Ochede for the first time in the history of Ghana, 2020 election in parties in our jitum the easy way we are but both parties. I am more from a somewhat to them.
Onya no kwara.
Obi. No kwara no onya hindi. In the end docked.
Ekosiisen.
Ma what's it? Easy way we ama His Excellency na nado dan kwa kufado. Yen so fini vote onya him.
Oya simple dem a.
No oya den. Onya simple dem no oya den. No onya simple a. Nka what's yenji na do na mistake electoral commissioner will make it no. Obia including I wanna kasa one witness. Okay, the Supreme Court in there. Why job to me there? Vote a bia nye na ekeboma undo ma wasn't there Supreme Court wenji na do no one find declaration no more no. Onya simple dama nka wo kaka dama court. One asam na wodi court no since the tete abawo. As electoral commission mistake or no mama court in jintum. Even though na yenim there. Say she figures are obia nye na ekeboma. Oh ye 13112. Supreme Court mamina na nankase ne numa asam. Oh. Now, form and substance doesn't matter in this.
And in this case, which will be the form, which will be the substance?
The declaration, the word, the error that came out of your mouth. Even what's the percentage okay there, 51.592. Meanwhile, say, bia ni diffim from 100. Mr. Mahama, Kwadonko, Odike, 1 I bomu na one diffima. Obaka 51.259. More baka you know. What's my mina no be na no 51.529 zeme yet no na ne di ejuma. Ekebo boy be 100.3. What kind of matter is this? And it's interesting, Ewa. Nyankopon Ewa, no
yes,
ho.
or quote, as under will quote Bible, Moboa.
Enya.
When the master would be boo for so Bible.
Enya. Miss
And it won't it play out?
How is it going to play out?
That's a when the master would be.
Oh, now when the master no, na paper no say on the Antonchin.
Paper or yeah, written a
Yes, the actual results that everybody obtained, which when you put together, does not accord with the error that Mamino put out on the Antonchin. Now, Yemfa 13,434,576 based on what? Based on when I nyahin womb. Because Etzel may be a near war, the figure was the FA Jumema. There will be a bibaka on the Famona on the Bienya. Sport ballots in a Yamfamobi.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
The case was a Yantasino. Now, if say one can say 38,000 polling stations result in Editum and challenge non-instant in a court. Your General Secretary on Friday.
In the on Kamal Din Abdullah, Deputy Communications Director of the MP, also say, Obi, below are the words of Asiedun Ketia. Can my good friend Same interpret same for us? Emphasis on the validity of the December 7, 2020 elections. Quote, my lords, we are not in court to challenge the validity of the 2020 elections or to try to declare another presidential result by us. We are in court to challenge the performance of a constitutional duty of the first respondent and to see whether that duty has been discharged faithfully. Unquote. Kamal Din Abdullah. Refer to now.
Thank you very much. Let's then challenge the validity of the election. How do you bring a petition under
64-1? So 64-1 or say or challenge the constitutional duty of the first respondent.
Or Oma.
Or Abadi.
Or 64 no.
64.
That when you want to challenge the constitutional duty of the electoral commissioner, you come with an election petition.
The constitutional duty in this case is the declaration.
I can it be
64-1.
Challenging the constitutional duty or can.
No, the point.
So what are they doing in the court?
The declaration of result on elections.
Why not the declaration of the result on election?
But if the constitutional duty
what constitutional duty on your
no, in this case, the declaration of the result, and also the declaration of the result.
64
Okay. Okay. Tie for mon fan chair was say ye be any timi kind no be a ten ho ase kama na bibia fine. And 64-1 eka say I've read it but for the purpose of emphasis no my main sign intimobile na obia enhu say okay lawyer say a TF is not challenging election of president. The validity of the election of the president may be challenged only by a citizen of Ghana who may present a petition for the purpose to the Supreme Court within 21 days after the declaration of the result of the election in respect of which the petition is presented.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The constitutionality of the electoral commission, the performance on the provision. But even that, Obi, even that, for me, is not the issue. Issue no is really simple. That should the Supreme Court throw away the fact of the election and make a declaration based on the error as announced, according to them, as declared. That's the crux of the matter. And so we'll see. But as far as I'm concerned, them petition or told my chair.
Them?
Petition here, or told some long time ago. Now, Obi, otherwise, can you awankasa it's not hey? Obi catch out there. 1 + 1 is 4. Ain't now you need 1 + 1 or 2. Add 1 plus 1, 2. No, be so 1 plus 1, 4. No, also yesterday I said 1 plus 1 is 4, but
Ekosiisen
in fact
on
it's 2.
Asempa FM.
Then you say that no, I'm a mention to our naked or 4 1 plus 1 is 4. Into the court should look at what you said 1 plus 1 is, not what it really is. No, make a declaration. It's as simple as that. Into your here.
My main can messages kakra na fe to meba. I am sure you have what Justice Doche said relative to the wide array of errors in the 2013 election petition hearings. Okay. What's it like? What's it Doche?
Said in connection with what?
2013 election petition. One can't say wait. Yeah, 49. Yeah. Article 49. A car about elections and referenda. And we was and the importance of polling agents and any other. Okay. We say, having watched today's proceedings in court, I cannot help but to conclude that the petitioner's witness, Mr. Asedun Ketia, is a licensed irritant. Oh, Sami Jemfi, you don't conduct my show for me. Me bacho. Sami Jemfi.
I don't mean this lightly.
Sami Jemfi, I am not saying so you mean this lightly. Allow me to conduct my show. Me bacho. Mr. As the venerable Abdul Malik Kwekuba succinctly put it the other day, the court doesn't interrogate suspicions, rumors, conjecture, and conspiracy theory. They deal with fact, evidence, and law. This exactly is what is playing out. How could the witness have sworn on oath to Exhibit F, that's the pen drive, which he had no knowledge of, yet tender same in court to make his case? Isn't that perjury? As if that's not enough, when he was asked by the bench what his independently collated figure for the petitioner is, did you hear his response? That, my lord, I didn't bring my figure to court. Gracious me. But what's wrong with this message?
It's an insult. The way he described General Mosquito in that statement is an insult. Read the first sentence. You are not supposed to do that. It is not right.
And
we are entitled to protest. It's not right.
Obama is in Pokwase.
That guy is fond of doing that.
Sami, can you relax? Relax. Don't be Sami. Don't be worked up. Just relax. Sami, don't be worked up. Relax. Obi,
text messages are insulting.
Lawyer Mesa should be accurate and factual. The admonishment of lawyer Frank Davis in court was to the effect that he was part of the second respondent team and has always been mentioned and introduced at court. Also, hence today, the post-court press engagement was addressed by Opon Kroma and Anabi. It was not related to all lawyers per se.
There were two things he said.
Apart from lawyers involved.
Say lawyers in general. Yes.
Okay.
If you're a lawyer on record, don't grant interviews.
Yeah.
Then secondly, they said that even if you are not a lawyer on record, and you're a lawyer and you are granting interviews, don't be in your robe.
That's right.
So make sure the robe is
into Eugene Shen Elliott, your constituency secretary. I ain't in the one she robe. Na say Nanabi Kasano ni robe.
Yes, I mentioned what he said. His launch, maybe we are not telling me better than the best one. I mean, not the I say my end. See this man, I'm going to be here. No way, I'm going to
and yet, over pass, Mamma, no.
Maybe I know now at the United.
Well, sir, greetings, Obi. Why do you force yourself to court when you don't have facts?
I hope you will your own. And I also worry about the white and
Is wasting art. I mean, more cases. All this while I thought, say, now to the lawyers involved in the case. I don't know came as a new info to me.
Their lawyers are very right.
Okay. You cannot be in the room. What we're doing is wrong.
They shouldn't think they would win any sympathy from the Ghanaian people with this court case. 2024 would be worse for them. Fieron or Mata Heko and on the way. Abba. Let me see the other ones we have here quickly enough. Sami Jemfimrem. We say, kindly wish Reverend Ignatius Kobina, GO should be General Overseer, City of Christ Church Worldwide, our Santa Maria. Wish you the best of everything in life. We love and celebrate you, Daddy. God bless your new age. Way Free House of David's family. To you, Reverend Ignatius Kobina. Happy birthday to you. Let me see the other ones we have here now. Sami Emre Munamintie, the Owo Edemai, Paul de Suso Worcester. Also, Obi, we went to court to have the EC tell the whole world what the true valid vote cast for the 2020 election is, since we now have different figures reported by the EC. Simplicity. It is not surprising that the second respondent and their lawyers are dancing around the figures to just throw dust into our eyes. Obi, let us all wait till the first respondent gets into the witness box to answer the questions on the inconsistencies. The petitioner's lawyer will prove with evidential data, which will expose the calculated, cooked figures and how the two sides pardon vote to favor the second respondent. The truth will surely come out when this case is over. Thank you. Paul de Suso, Ono Worcester in Massachusetts, and Odiwe Abba. Good evening, Obi. I am Eben from Kwabenya Worlder Junction. Please tell Honorable Mesa to accord us the listeners with respect and the justices as well. I'm saying this because of the case, because if the case of the petitioner doesn't hold water, I don't think the court will waste much time in dealing with it. But the same thing they said the NDC campaign
so, by filing an application for the matter to be dismissed.
Through a preliminary objection.
Judgment on which has been deferred.
Of course.
To the final ruling. Yeah. The same thing they said the NDC campaign has fallen flat. By the end of the elections, they were found wanting. Ebenezer, Worlder Junction. Obi, good evening. We have two courts in the current election petition. One is the Supreme Court, two is the Court of Public Opinion. With this, the world is watching everyone in the courtroom, with the inclusion of the judges. Eric Ejay, Bono Deputy Communications Officer, Edema NDC. And on the way up. Protos was a Obi. Lawyer Sami Jemfi is a licensed irritant.
When we come on, when you invite us on your show, you read messages to insult us on top.
Oh, but this is. Oh, Sami, don't be so worked up. I know messages to edit. When you just anytime I carry an message, just away. Won't say some edit this message now. Sami, what I mean for you, Obi, it's a waste of everyone's time, knowing very well they have no evidence to support this case, yet they still headed to court. To do what exactly? Indeed, this petition is a compendium of speculations, amorphous personalities, nebulous innuendos, and insinuations. Samuel Brian Boabeng.
Nancy, Samuel Brian Boabeng, the messages, 2021, we have a year 10 on the a better kakra. Nimia se Obama mono here no musia. Obi dedika ma starting free the issue of pardon. Medika can want them, so I will not belabor the point. Obi on say Article 63.3 of the 1992 Constitution. A kasa about a madodoa e was a candidate binya and sana yetumi akase wedding kunim ewo omampenyi abatum ewo Ghana. And a kasa e was in the pakrono enya more than 50% of the total valid votes. In other words, I was a candidate no wenya 50% plus 1. That's more than 50%. Obi say. So even 1 vote, we are moving a presidential election more. Obi on the mayor because there was a rain and there was a winner 50% plus 1. It we have 4,900 as alleged by the petitioner. Now ye can now see iswa me we ado do nti wonfa ncheme na petitioner no cry so no ye wie bia ma no. What are you saying? You are apart from say what say is in integrity because omutimi wie abamu mo obi however small that is no. What sounds what jail to me say figures are yes significant constitutionally. If you look at the mathematics of the constitution, Article 63, even 1 vote matters. And in the closely contested elections such as the year 2020,
was it close?
Very close.
Over 500,000 votes.
That is what they tell you based on the cooked figures. How do you know that's our figures and you're correct? And I will do with that. So it's important, say, MP before Bejia to say for them to even say we be major Mahamano. They are agreeing with us that this EC conducted a flawed election. And number 2, for them to even agree, say we are a mabel 4,900 means it's significant because even 1 vote is significant to the extent that the winner is supposed to get 50% plus 1 of the total valid votes. That's my first argument. Now the second argument is based on the Gazette, the instrument.
CI 135.
Declaration of President-elect Instrument 2020 CI 135. Honorable Japan Mesaka said that is the declaration. That is not the declaration. Anything in front of Declaration of President-elect Instrument is the instrument of the declaration. Without the declaration, you can't have an instrument.
But it is also the prima facie evidence that the person named was so elected.
Yes.
So it becomes very, very important.
CI 127, apart from talking about this enactment, this instrument, also speaks about the declaration event, which the EC must do. Do a declaration at which agents of representatives of the parties will be there. The declaration now they are not canon, so a requirement of law.
Yes.
So and that is a declaration. It is when you enact it and the instrument, which in this case is CI 135. So don't downplay the importance of the declaration.
Ekosiisen on
That's the
Anti-declaration, no. Said okay, very important. But no. Which one should we place premium on? The written text and answer.
In this case, both the written text and the order no can the same figure no can 30,434,574.
And one written text
because that figure is written black and white on you in your speech.
But do you have a copy of the speech?
But the speech has been published. It's all over. After the woman spoke, her speech was published all over.
Among for transcribing and answer the actual speech.
The speech.
Really?
But Jimensa, when she was talking, was she speaking extempore?
No.
She read from a document.
Yes.
That's it.
Which document you say is public?
Yes.
Okay.
It will be. And then yes, I also public. Which part of that document?
Our figure.
That figure no as total vote cast. Stop it.
Oh, of course.
And so far, what would document be?
And how can say a public because
what would document be? 13,434,574 votes were also as total vote cast. Be. Inti omoka say no na total vote cast no koka no total omuhu no we.
Okay.
I don't want to but this is the point I'm making. So, lawyer Japan Mesa Declaration of President-elect Instrument CI 135 normal kind. Okay, last sentence, but will be penna kind mami.
Okay.
Because also on one can say in that instrument, there are no figures.
Yes.
And on one so can say to me yes instrument without figures.
That's true.
It means that even though figures are not written in the instrument, it is based on figures.
Yeah, we hear figures.
On one aka. So now the question is, which figure is that instrument based on? You will know which figure that instrument is based on from the text in the instrument. So you read the instrument.
Oh, from the text in the instrument?
Yes, read it.
Wow.
Because the instrument makes reference to a date. So read the instrument.
Okay, in the instrument, Nibio. In exercise of the power conferred on the Electoral Commission under Article 63(9) of the 1992 Constitution, this instrument is hereby made. Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, the new Patriotic Party (NPP) presidential candidate, having in the presidential elections held on the 7th of December 2020, pursuant to Article 63(3) of the Constitution, obtained more than 50% of the total number of valid vote cast, is hereby declared President-elect of the Republic of Ghana. Given under my hand the 9th day of December 2020.
Good. So what shall that declaration also Mampenya Kufuor Addo what shall that or yes our declaration? That is the 9th December declaration. That is why he doesn't talk about 10th December. Or any other date.
Yes.
But there was only one declaration.
Oh, yes. And that declaration is what you all, including Jim Mensah, admits say a flawed. So if that flawed declaration is what this instrument says was enacted, why do you disagree with the NDC when we say that instrument should be declared null and void?
But
because it is flawed per your admission.
But so your declaration on the date.
Statement now.
Oh,
you
are very intolerant. They say me matnaha na wo kasa matnaha
kind of matnaha.
La sa lo no ka de lo matnaha o kasa lo o be yo se
Some the other can say matnaha. So we are declaration on the 9th, which is constitutionally mandated that you do. On the 9th, one declaration. Why?
Subsequent. Every sentence be one question.
Who started question? Who started? In the American say, so we subsequent correction be that correction is supposed to correct something you did in the declaration on the 9th.
And you say kaba.
Okay.
And you know, lawyer Japan Mesa in educating the public. Oh, you tell me. In educating the public, you know. Or say instrument in the here me boy. And the instrument is your kind. Or say 9th December declaration and were enacted. 9th December declaration so na lawyer Japan Mesa ni easy for including Jim Mensah say wrong. Because okay kasa percentages ni bomu a we declare on the 9th unya 100.3%, a mathematical impossibility. So she enacted a mathematical impossibility. Or say percentage or the moment Mampenya Kufuor in that declaration 51.595. Nay, you're wrong. I was saying 51.295.
Yes.
Yes. Or think the total valid votes are 13,434,574. Nay, you're wrong. I was saying a different figure. Yet the instrument says that wrong thing now on what you enacted. It is a court. They say on the basis of enacting this flawed resource and not that enactment, what is your beef? I mean, there shouldn't even be any question about it. It's so clear and self-explanatory. Now, number 2. Then they say, oh, na say my many mistake no be correcting. What you tell me?
Me too, Sammy.
In the other thing, I'm person, mo be correction na too. Me boy. So you are talking about the 10th December correction. In the 10th December correction, Jim Mensah na easy no. SSA John Mahama ma omo de man the 9th. And ma omo de ma John Mahama on 9th December no. In the 10th December press release, Jim Mensah ni easy 40 so 1,707 votes. Mampenya Kufuor Addo ma ye de ma no omo de bika no in the 10th December press release.
In the 10th declaration.
Yes, as compared to 9th.
Release,
yes, tiemi ba. Omo ma no 174 ka in the 10th. The total valid votes and almost also the new total valid votes by which is 30,119,460.
Yeah.
Good. So what's the San John Mahama votes? What's the San Mampenya Kufuor Addo votes? What's the total valid? Yet what catch the Ghana for anyone can say statement in what I say it was only the total valid votes na make correct. I didn't touch the so we say we will not check the figures. But when you check the figures, you realize that they have massaged the figures again. That's John Mahama's votes and Mampenya Kufuor Addo votes.
In the to support a point, no Mamen statement, the was a way at 10th December. I say the chairperson of the Electoral Commission inadvertently used 13,433,573.
Which is, by the way, hold on there, which is even different from the figure she mentioned on the 9th, which is 13,434. This is 433. 574. This is what? 573. So the figure she's even making reference to is also wrong.
Okay, maybe.
I
say inadvertently used 13,433,573 as the total valid vote cast,
which is not true.
Maybe.
Because that was not what she announced as the total valid
vote cast. The total valid vote cast is 13,119,460.
Yes.
This does not change the percentages stated for each candidate and the declaration made by the chairperson.
Good. So say it doesn't change but yet percentage when Odemo Mampenyo Kufuado 51.595. Today she has gone to court said the percentage is wrong. It should be 51.295. Now the oye any wrong.
Because Osha 10 for this one. 10 for this now percentage for another 51.302.
302. But 9 for the no oka 51.595. It was a percentage of the moment Mampenyo Kufuado 9 was a 10th. Oko court you so no. And 51.320 na oka ho. And figure we yo. And then someone say 51.295. It was Mampenya Kufuado nko figures na ye means percentage na ye means 9 December on man 51.595 like we all heard in open court. And I have her speech here. Speech in a written, I have it here. A public so.
Ma transcribe it.
Yeah, not transcription.
Okay, the actual speech.
They gave the speech to journalists.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And some media online portals have published it.
Okay.
So 51.595. Then 10th the percentage of the moment
51.302.
And you don't say your correction final. And you then no court say 51.295.
Now court no dey say no the techiman account.
There be 274 na no ye kan 274 no ye kan wasem no.
Okay.
Obi so what you say? Into Mampenya Kufuado, I didn't want to go into details. Mampenya Kufuado percentages nko aso ya miensa. Tie mi yo. Na fei brabehwe total valid votes no.
Ekosiisen on Asempa
Oba 10th no. O say 30,119,460 meboa.
Yes. 119,460.
And no say you correct. And na Ghana fo nyina ye dia ye adwuma meboa.
Yeah.
Okọ court no dia na oka. Check it paragraph 24 for your answer. 30,121,111. And when you say lawyer Japan message, stop being sometimes a certain minimum level of candor is required of us when we are privileged to sit on platforms like this. You know very well, say correction now, many claims say why you're crying. We're getting free who in court. Also, say NDC if one person will be accepting my many correction. No, my men no any correction, no correction, on person be boss be
Sempa FM.
For them.
Yes, because when you cook figures, this is what happens to you. And you go see a better no. Na nyasa said ye ka lawyer me say keka ma me ne call no the 10 figures ne call ya say obi ka NDC for ya very. Ka ye cry ya say ne be say ye twem manso hunu. Because obi ayemfonso no aba be correct na correction ne ye correct dia wo problem ne say. Correction ne sound so ye wrong because o ka kire wi ase nyina say total values votes pe na me correct. John Mahama ne candidates ne made me nye ne hwe enso no oboa na watete so de bia keke bi de ho o san so catch ye nyina say this is the correct figure final me boa o court wakwa fa another figure we mpo de on ka ho asem. So this so called correction was a fraud. Either than that, in our opinion, either than that, why are they not standing by this correction in court and they are talking about something different? And yet you are accusing us that we don't want to accept the correction of the EC. Meanwhile, the EC is not even standing by their own correction again. And that will be because they have not spoken about this correction anywhere in their answer to the petition or in G. Mensah's witness statement. These are figures. Take your time and go look through the details. Then Obi, they are not on China. So what am I saying on this second point? What I'm saying on this second point is that there is no correction. I was an NDC for your accept because my main correction no crano or court or cast and fufro. On the website, so now for figures or now the Techiman South in the Kahua. You will see say even figure no sounds so the court to now this is what MPP for you. Almost a third figure now, what kind of court or no 30,121,111 votes. You know why? Because almost say on 9 December, votes are the man 12 candidates. No kabo mu eno na wunya. Obi. How do you know? Say a total figure now indicate here na wrong, and an individual votes na wrong. You are only assuming. It can mean say the total tally votes now or them man, the candidates need be wrong and not the total valid votes. It can also be the other way round. So you don't choose to go with the sum total, which is 13, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, because that is addition. In any case, on 10th December, press release, or the sum votes no the moment Penye Kufuado and the John Mahama. On what basis no se no? So I must say, in this election, John Mahama ni Penye Kufuado my constant. It has never changed. Why did they vary it on the 10th? So that if you add the votes that 12 candidates got in the press release, unsigned press release of 10 December, you won't get 1312111. You will get 13119,460. So why are you picking and choosing which figures suits you now? What kind of dishonesty is that? All these figures came from one source. That is what General said. Why are you picking and choosing which figures you work with because it helps your case? Any person would have asked the court to make an inquiry into these figures so that at least once and for all we can even know what the real figures are. Because we have 12 candidates, including John Mahama and Oman Penye Kufuado, 13 votes on the 9th. About 10 from our best votes. First day, the 9th, the total number 1312111. Second day, the number 13119,460. What's the media use the first one? I mean, what is the justification for using the first one now? And almost what the nanoke can a mistake. But or the nanoke can a mistake because I know 9th. But 10th now, or quarter day, one day you use that total. And you don't put Nankamube use because I know you're more considered. Contradictions galore, contradictions everywhere. Obi. Then they come and tell you, say, even
Obi the message about
okay. Oh, 131121111. You do know another reason why you can't even work with it. It's because of what happened today in court with regards to Techiman South. Techiman South example, no, the 11 and they attach a witness statement in the petition. 11. And what is that example? Techiman South, okay, candidates in Abumua, total valid votes, no, 99,436. Yet the ECCs is 97,227. So the figure they have written as total valid votes is wrong. Meboa. And Nakotampa says is wrong. And there are 10 of such examples where they have wrong figures are almost say a total valid votes. So if that is what they aggregated to get 13,121,111, then that figure too is wrong. That's paragraph 31 of the petition. That new figure 13,121,111 is also based on some summary constituency summary total valid votes on summary result sheets and also you're wrong. It's not what you calculate unless you are saying you use other figures for the calculation, which is not possible. And figures what one can say what documents so and now the calculation. So you can't also use that. Obviously, because baby, unya figure no cry, uklemu so unya free, on the faces of those, and then Techiman South, clear example, wrong figure. The difference is about 2,000.
But Techiman South then Kasa 111, 13,111 figure now. And 274.
But me tell there are other 10 constituencies.
More de buy.
Paragraph 31. I think it says bit F.
But no respondent Nadia to say na wrong.
The one Nadia to and Nakotampa argues say wrong, but Uncle Biaho.
On that 12
other figure no almost a total valid votes no. A less 1,000 votes. If you are a more, if you are it's a different. So if that is the figure they use, then you're wrong. Then even the new figure also you're wrong. So you can't tell whether it is the total sum they are getting wrong or even the votes they are giving the candidates to they are getting wrong. Because on the 10th they adjusted the votes. Then they tell you, say, oh, the difference between the figures are small, so it doesn't matter. What are you talking about? We are challenging the credibility of results. Why must there even be a difference of 1? After Rijam Mozart declare results were Ghana 92 Adubu Ahemo election 96 that ben yenya different total valid votes. If you are declaring results based on votes that were actually cast, counted, collated, and declared that, and can we have a contradictory figures? So even a difference of 1 is not acceptable because then you don't know the real denominator you should use for the calculation. But Obi had a point.
And I would meet me
for you.
No, fair no way. Yeah.
MPP for the MPP what kasa about? Mu figures way. And I want people to listen to me carefully. Obi, why now at the election petition na ko Supreme Court or no had any collated figures akoda? What we are being invited to do? Who has ever done it in any election petition? When Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo and Bawumia went to court in 2012-2013 with that election petition, did they go to court with their own collated figures? Absolutely no. You see, I don't understand.
They went to court with pink sheets.
Me say
yes.
That is not what is in dispute here. Is not pink sheets. We've been asked, where are your own collated figures, and in the media, we are being asked, even though the question was also repeated by a justice of the respected justice of the Supreme Court today. We've been asked that question, and I'm asking you because the MPP case in Ghana say NDC for one case for more collated figure beyond court into a case. Now, Momo call election petition when the election petition called Supreme Court 2013. Did you go with your own collated figure? No, you went with the EC's figures. All you did was that you alleged certain irregularities and infractions. And you said based on those irregularities and infractions, votes affected by those irregularities and infractions should be annulled. And that if those votes are annulled, this will be the results. And candidate Akufo-Addo will be the winner. But the figures you sent there were the EC's collated figures. Nobody went to court and said, NPP for your coalition, yeah, these are the figures. Are you getting me? So where from this animal call, where is your own collated figure? Where from that animal? Then again, we tell you, say, even if you want to do that exercise, a true and proper collation now is not possible. Unless you want to be disingenuous, you want to be dishonest. Because document ben the fan calculate your figures, and yet polling station pink sheets, and the constituency summary result sheets. Constituency results summary sheets, and I'm from Swaye Mumei. So how can we use summary sheets? Total valid votes, the figures are also patently they are flawed to do our own collation and expect to arrive at an accurate outcome. How can we do pink sheets worse? How can you use it? Obi finally.
In 30 seconds.
Obi finally.
Lawyer Mesa sorry.
This issue of me were better 3 issues, but because of time I will choose one. Okay, statement be a Kamal Dean.
Yeah, Kamal Dean.
Or the buy me channel, me who na che. Can you be because I know na lawyer Japan Mesa the year always misrepresenting what transpired in court and what witnesses have said. Or putting an inference or an interpretation which is totally unfounded.
Let me read it for you. Quote, my lord, we are not in court to challenge the validity of the 2020 elections or to try to declare another presidential result by us. We are in court to challenge the performance of a constitutional duty of the first respondent and to see whether that duty has been discharged faithfully, unquote.
So we are challenging the performance of the duty.
A constitutional duty of the first respondent, in this case the EC. And to see whether that duty has been discharged faithfully.
That duty, what is it? Doesn't it include a duty to conduct free and fair elections, collate the true outcome, and declare the true outcome, and only declare that somebody is present elect in accordance with the constitution? That is when that person has gotten more than 50% of the total valid votes. Is that not part of her constitutional duty?
Yes.
And it is and on a challenge here. How can you say that then this means we are not challenging the validity of the election? Is it not part of the duty of Jim Mensah to conduct a valid election and declare the results of same?
No,
are you removing that from her duty?
But your witness did not state what you are
No,
stating.
I'm saying that the statement you just read, I'm not going beyond that, means that we are challenging the validity of the election. Because if you are challenging whether or not Jean Mensa has performed her constitutional obligations, it includes the challenge of them, because her constitutional obligations includes conducting a constitutionally valid election and declaring an outcome so are you constitutionally valid. So if you say we declare outcome and you're constitutionally valid, you are challenging the validity of the election. So
maybe just hold on. Lawyer Mesa ebe kasaba mama misima mi ensape me ba sisi a 3